Hi guys, so I've come on basically to do a tutorial and show you how to make one of these, which is a notebook holder that goes with a photo album. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these basically, and you can put any sentiment you want on the front of it obviously, but I'm going to read from my notes and tell you what you're going to need so you can run and get it. You're going to need one piece of 12 by 6. You're going to need one piece of 7 by 5 and 5/8. You're going to need one piece of 3 by 9.5. You're going to need one piece of 7 by 1.5. And you're going to need one piece of 3 by 3 as well. Plus you're also going to need 6 pieces of 3.25 by 3 3/4. And you need all of that in the same colour. And I'll come to the photo mats as we go through. So right, what we do is we get our first piece. So this is our piece of 6 by 12. And if I can find my bone folder, what have I done with it? There it is. You need to score at 3 3/4, 4 5/8, 8 3/8, and then you're done on that one. And you take your piece of 9.5 by 3 and you score at turn it the right way round. You score at 3 1/4, 3.5. What am I doing? Score at 4 3/4, 5, 5 1/4, 5.5, 5 3/4, 6 and 6 1/4. And should be left with something that looks like that. Okay? So then we can put our scoreboard away. Then what we want to do is, with our 9 by 6, we need to make this slit here. But you need to do it after you've matted it. So first you need to mat this piece. And the mat for that piece is... hang on, I'll measure it. It'll be easier. The mat for this piece is 3 3/8 by 5 3/4. So you need to mat that piece first, then you come down by about 1/2 inch to here and take a knife and leaving about 1/4 inch either side, you need to make a slit right the way across, leaving 1/4 inch either side. And that's so that your pad can slide in there nicely, like so. Okay? Then you need to mat all your other pieces, and for those mats you're going to need 3.5 by 5 3/4. So 3.5 by 5 3/4, 3.5 by 5 3/4, 3.5 by 5 3/4. And then the spine is 3/4 by 5 3/4. Right, now we can go to the inside. And we need to score, on the other end, from where you've made the slit, you need to round your corners. You need to round your corner there and round your corner there. It just makes it look all the more neater when it's all folded. And then we need to mat this piece here. Somewhere here I have a mat already done. Just to save on time. I can get my glue out. Doesn't appear to want to come out. There we are. Oops, you got it the wrong way around. And you obviously need to round the corners off as well on this one side so that it matches up with that mat. And I've also done a piece for this spine here as well. So we'll just get that stuck in there. And it just tidies it up. You don't have to put these spine pieces in at all. That's just me being finicky because I like things to be finished nicely. So you might as well go ahead and do it. Like that. Then you get your book. Now this one happens to be 3 inches by 5. And I've already gone ahead and matted the front cover and the back cover. Now it all depending on the size of yours. And you should be able to find these 3x5 books everywhere. I got these from Poundland and they come in a book of 7. So you get the back of it, take out the little grommets that were in it and pop that straight down into the back. And then you'll see around the edges here, because you want it to be removable, so you want to make sure you don't get any glue underneath this. So you literally just want to go one strip of glue right around the outside. Ooh, I'm a bit shaky. So try and be careful. And then take that, fold it over, and just drop it down. And then squish it along all the edges. Burnish it down. And to get into this bottom one, you're going to need to use your bone folder. But yeah, squish all these edges down. Make sure it's all nice and stuck. Like so. And then once you've matted your front, your side and your back, that piece is done. So now we can move on to the card, the waterfall card on the inside. So for the card, you take your piece of 7 by 5 5/8. And you need to score down the middle at 3.5. So score down the middle at 3.5. And then what I've done is I've rounded off a corner there, a corner there. Then I've closed the card and I've rounded off the corner there and the corner there. There is no need to round off this bottom part. Okay. Now then, so that's done. We'll pop that to one side now. Now we take our card mechanism, and with the pieces that were 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, you need to take each one of those and along these lines you need to put one line of glue down the centre of each one of these score marks. Not on the score marks, but down the centre. So you'll end up with 6 lines of glue. So 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's very important to keep the short end at this side and start by photomatting down this side like so. Go take it right up to the score line, but not over the score line, and try and keep it central. And just burnish that down really gently so you don't get glue everywhere. You only need the tiniest spot of wet glue. But you need the shorter end at this end and the longer end at this end. So you start your working from your shorter end. Then I've gone ahead and made some photo mats to go over the tops. And the photo mats for these are have a look. Mechanism photo mats 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, 3 by 3.5. So it's a lot easier if you get all your photo mats ready beforehand, but for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to show you what it'd look like. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the photo mats on, and I'll be back in a second. Right, so you should be left now with something that looks a lot like that. So what you want to do now is turn it over and take this part, stick a ruler up against it if necessary, and just fold that back and burnish. Like so. And then that one should naturally fall to the next burnish line. And give that a good burnish. And then the same with the next one. Give it a good burnish. And the same with the next one. And then the same with the next one. And the next one. And then your last one. and just reinforce that burnish that you made the first time. So you're now left with that. We want to open it up again. And we want to take this shorter part and pop it down. Right, now we take the 1.5 by 7 piece. And we want to put it like that and fold it around. If you turn it over, fold it around, overlap them, and just burnish it. And make sure it's straight. Then turn it back over again and take that off. And then on the inside, you need to pop glue just on the central part. Do not get it on the other two sides. Just in the centre, like so. And we turn that over and get it as close to the edge of the mats as you can. Pop that down and burnish it. Do not let glue get on this underneath part here. By any means, please don't do that. So just spread that glue about. Right, and we need to turn that over. And bring that back down. Right, this is when you have to be careful. We need to put glue on the edge of this one here. You need to put glue on the edge of that one. And then glue on the edge of this one. Do not get glue on this green part here. Okay? It's very, very important. And then turn it over. And very gently just rub those together. Like so. And this is what gives you your waterfall mechanism. And then very gently fold it all back. And then you'll notice if you hold on to this part here and pull, see how that works? Okay. So now it's time to pop our ribbon here. And this is why we needed a piece of 3 by 3. We get this piece of 3 by 3 and it needs to be glued onto here, but it needs to have a piece of ribbon on the inside. So I've got a little piece of ribbon here. I'm just going to cut off a little bit. You don't need much. I'm going to glue all of this here. Do not get glue on this mechanism by any stretch of the imagination. Please do not get glue on there. Otherwise you'll end up with your waterfall not working. And then you need to put glue underneath where your ribbon's going to go. Oops. Bit fiddly, but it's worth it. There we are. And then pop a blob of glue on top of the ribbon, just to reinforce. And what this does is it reinforces, basically. You pop that bit of 3 by 3 down there, and it hides your ribbon closure and tidies it up, and it gives the mechanism strength as well. Just keep it lined up straight. and burnish that down well. Yeah, take off any excess glue. And then very carefully, just one by one, take these back down again, and then you'll see you've got your little bit of ribbon there, and you can open and close. Right, now to affix it to our card. So you see this piece here? This is the only piece we want to put glue on. We don't want glue on there, and we do not want glue on here. So we just pop glue like that. Then we cut inside our card. Try and centralise it as best as you can. And stick that down. And if you do that, there we are. So that's well and truly stuck. Then what I like to do to hide this mechanism, because it's quite ugly looking, is stick down this first mat. So what we do is we stick glue all the way up here. We do not get glue on this part here, on the moving part. Do not get glue on the moving part. We just want glue from here all the way to there. And then we stick that down. And that just hides then the mechanism and doesn't look ugly when people open it. And then you should be able to just close it like so and open it like so. See? So that's your card done. And then we take our card, pop glue on the back of him, and centralise him on there, like so. If we open up all of these, we can try and burnish it a little bit better. Close all these again. Burnish from the top. That's it. Oh, burnish from down the side. Just making sure it's completely stuck in there and it's not going anywhere. And then that is it. You've got a book with your little like that. And if anybody's interested in the paper that I've used, this is the Under the Seaside Background Papers, book number 6, and I got this from the lovely Dejas crafting supplies. So that's the mat that I use, and that's how come I was able to match that with that. And obviously this matches the background on there and on there. I find if you use the same pad, you can't go wrong, basically. If you use the same pad to do one job, you cannot go wrong. So that's what I've used, is that one. And I think they're £2.90. So if you fancy that paper and you liked it, go to the lovely Dejas Crafting Supplies and buy one of those. So yeah, this has been me. This has been Tammy. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope and pray it was easy enough for you to follow. If you like what you see, guys, stick your thumbs up, press subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you again next time. Bye bye now.